here I am talking and you can't even hear me. I'm glad I noticed that before we were like 5 minutes in. Well, welcome mamas to the Mom and Baby Nutrition Support Group. My name is Alex Gardner. I'm a registered dietitian, and I help mamas just like yourselves who are either trying to conceive, pregnant, or postpartum nourish their bodies so that they can deliver a healthy baby, they can have more energy, and then they can recover faster postpartum. But what I want to do today is I actually want to talk about male fertility nutrition. So if you're a mama in this group and you're interested in trying to conceive, you're on your fertility journey, and maybe you have some difficulties with trying to become pregnant, a lot of times mamas blame themselves for reasons that they and their partner cannot conceive. But did you know that almost 50, well, some studies say 50%, some say a little less, 50% of infertility cases are actually caused by factors attributed to the male partner and not the female? Well, why is that? Well, we're going to dive into that today. But even if your partner is fertile and you guys have no trouble conceiving kiddos, nutrition is vitally important to sperm health. And if you think about it, sperm, they contribute 50% of your child's genetic makeup. And so it makes sense that you want your male partner's sperm to be top quality sperm. So we're going to talk about how to make that happen today. So, does nutrition play a role? Yes, it does. But there's also other lifestyle factors that affect sperm quality as well. And we're going to talk about that. So remember when I said in about 35, some studies say 50% of couples with infertility, a male factor is identified along with a female factor. So it's not just the women, okay? Now, like I said, this talks about infertility, but it's important that even if your partner is fertile, that their sperm is healthy. Okay, so these are all factors that can affect sperm health. Smoking is negatively related to sperm health. Excessive alcohol consumption, diet, of course, excess weight, sedentary activity, and high levels of stress. These all affect the health of the sperm. But the great thing about this is that every single thing on this list, except maybe stress, are all modifiable. That means you have control over them. Now, it might be really, really hard to fix or manipulate these factors, but they're not, nothing is set in stone. You have the ability to change these. So let's talk about certain foods we want to avoid. We talked in the previous slide, these are all the different factors that we can control, but we're going to focus on diet. So let's talk about certain foods that we want our male partners to avoid. And you know what? Avoid is a strong word. I want to say limit, because you don't have to 100% avoid these things. The great thing about a dietary pattern is that it's just that, it's a pattern. You don't have to go cold turkey, cut all of these things out. That would be hard to do. It's hard for all of us to do that. But you want your overall diet to include lots of nutritious and nourishing foods with a little bit of these sprinkled here and there as treats. So studies have shown that these foods lead to lower quality sperm. Processed meats, so when we think deli meats, hot dogs, bologna, things like that are processed meats, salami, full fat dairy. Okay, this is really, really interesting because studies have shown that full fat dairy, now what I mean by that is whole milk, cream, half and half, cheese, full fat dairy has been shown to lower sperm health, but low fat dairy has been shown to increase sperm health. So that's odd, but scientists are contributing that to saturated fats, Fats that are found in dairy and meats are high in saturated fat. So that's what they're attributing that to. Of course, trans fats have been phased out of the processed food industry, so it's really hard to find trans fats nowadays, so that's good. Added sugars, I think we all struggle with that. And sugar sweetened beverages. These are foods that we want to limit. All right, what about foods we want to include? So it's a small list because these are pretty large categories. Fruits and vegetables. I could list out all the fruits and vegetables there are, and it would take up multiple slides. Basically, any fruit or vegetable is positive, okay? I want you to think, though. You're like, oh yeah, I eat fruits and vegetables, but take a close look. It's the end of the day today. Look back at the day and tell me how many servings of fruits and vegetables you actually had, because chances are it was less than 5. And 5 or more are what we're trying to eat. So we also want to include fish and nuts. Why? Because those are high in unsaturated fats. So omega-3s, polyunsaturated fatty acids, monounsaturated fatty acids. Fish and nuts are high in those, particularly salmon and walnuts. We also want to include specific nutrients, any antioxidants, lycopene, carotenoids, you're going to find those in fruits and vegetables. Antioxidants are specifically vitamin C and vitamin E are really powerful antioxidants. Lycopene, you're going to find in fruits and vegetables. Carotenoids, you're going to find in fruits and vegetables, particularly red and orange ones. Zinc is a really powerful mineral for sperm health. And folic acid. It's not just for ladies. Folic acid is important for sperm health as well. Now, I also recommend having your partner take a male-specific multivitamin, multi-mineral prior to trying to conceive. They make male fertility like vitamins and minerals. And some men are like, oh, well, I don't have a problem with fertility. Why would I want to take a fertility supplement? Well, it's not, like I said, it's not that you're not fertile. It's that those products are formulated specifically for sperm health. And you want healthy sperm, so you have a genetically healthy baby. And so I always recommend that males take a male prenatal before trying to conceive. So there's different ones you can find on the market, but typically they're going to contain minerals like zinc, usually selenium, folic acid. They're going to contain usually lycopene and hopefully like vitamin C, vitamin E, things like that. But they're formulated specifically for sperm health. Now, if you can't convince your husband or your male partner to take a fertility supplement, look for a male-specific multivitamin and mineral, because they're formulated more towards like prostate health and things like that, which of course are going to help with sperm health as well. So remember, overall dietary pattern is more important than any single meal or food or snack or whatever you're having. As long as the majority, 80 to 90% of your diet includes overall nutritious foods, and you just sprinkle in here and there some of those occasional treats, that's okay. We just want the majority of our dietary pattern to include foods that are going to nourish us and make sure that we have healthy eggs and healthy sperm so that we have a healthy baby. So what are your next steps? Your next steps are, one, if you have any questions, put them in the chat, put them in the comments, let me know, because I'd be happy to answer those. You can also reach out to me privately and I'll answer any questions you might have. But if you're curious about how this works for you and your family, I offer a free 15-minute consultation. So I'd be more than happy to chat with you and your partner and take a look at what your all's lifestyle looks like, what your all's goals are, and how we can get you to baby time. So mamas, if you have any questions, like I said, reach out to me, but I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye, mamas.